chain reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From memecoins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry, he'll show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures blow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors.
Yo. Good morning, guys. Hey, the day after Christmas. I hope it was awesome for everybody. Hope it was a great Christmas. Hope you fucking ate. You know, like every way you can imagine. It's time to get back in it, though. Fuck it. Fuck the holidays. It's back to the trench this time, man. I hate being unplugged. I hate it. Probably half the day yesterday, my eyes weren't directly locked in. Like, not directly staring at charts and looking at X and keeping up with you guys. It ain't for me, man. Hey, kids had a blast. Again, I hope you guys did and your families and all that stuff, right? One more holiday to go. One more to go this year, and then it's on to the new year. It's on to what I think is going to be the most special time for crypto we have ever seen, ever. Right? The year of mass adoption being realized in the market? Yep, I think that's what's coming, fam. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Man, you guys need to get ready for it. Making sure you're subscribed to SlamX Official on YouTube. Got to do it. Good morning, Stitch. Good morning, Mike. Good to see you guys. You don't want to miss it. We'll be covering everything that's happening. In fact, we're building in the space too. So again, you want to make sure you're following along. Make sure you're getting involved with a Bull AI, an AI agent that's been trained on Crypto Slam data. It's not NFTs. It's not just NFTs, guys. Everything on chain. And he's giving away some Bull tokens. So follow him, tweet at him. He's going to ask you some trivia, and he's giving away some Bull tokens as rewards. He's a dick. Be aware. He's not a friendly dude, but, you know, willing to tolerate quite a bit if you're giving me some free tokens, you know. Also, make sure you're following us at, on X CryptoSlam.io. Good morning, Jade. And you can follow me at Hudah_idiot. Yes, fresh new PFP. Not new. You guys know I minted this bad boy. And I minted it. We're going to get to ordinals today because ordinals are on fire. I minted it. We talking like almost a year ago? God, my time, I have no idea. It's a freaking time warp. I mentioned it back then for 0.1 Bitcoin because I knew there's no doubt in my mind what I still believe today. In fact, more confident today. The floor on that collection is going to 1 Bitcoin. It's actually probably going to 2 Bitcoin. And, you know, not shocked when it goes to 5. Sounds crazy. It's not. Anyway, if I look a little different, that's why rocking the Quantum Cat now. All right, yesterday. Didn't play out how I was hoping. Probably a lot of people. Look, we didn't get the Pump Fun airdrop. There was nothing. I don't know if that means there's no Pump Fun airdrop coming. I don't know. But no Pump Fun airdrop, no OpenSea drop. No OpenSea drop. Nothing. Site's still not live. We didn't get tokenomics. We didn't get anything. Maybe today. I don't know. Probably not. I think if you were going to do it right around now, you're doing it on, you know, Christmas Day for a big splash. Although, you guys felt it out there if you were looking at X. I mean, I snuck a couple peeks here in between assembling furniture. It was slow out there, man. It was slow on the timeline. So maybe it's not the best time to do a big drop to announce something major. And maybe that time isn't even today. It's families hanging out, still in the holiday kind of spirit. But I will say I was a little disappointed yesterday. And the one bright spot we had in the market was the market itself, Bitcoin being up to 99K yesterday. We've erased all those gains. Look at that. Bitcoin back down to 95K. This point, guys, almost down 7% on the week. Better than we were, guys. As of a couple days ago, we were down like 12%. So we're at least finding some place, some kind of support level. It's not great. Also, all I care about is the new year. I think that's when we rip. You can see ETH at 3,300, Ripple at $2, 217. Solana 188. Again, red across the board this morning for the most part. And look, it's nothing sacred on Christmas. No, nothing. Nothing is. It was just kind of bad news after bad news after bad. I'm telling you, if you were unplugged and you didn't see it, not a lot of great news yesterday. Look at that, Mike. I didn't realize that. Somebody, a $2.5 billion buy. One buyer, $2.5 billion. It's probably Michael Saylor again. I won't be shocked if we get another Michael Saylor announcement. Or, I mean, at this point, there's so many people buying. I don't know. It came out yesterday. This is actually pretty poetic. The Chill Guy artist who I think, my opinion, seems kind of like a dick. Him and the Bull would probably get along really well. Chill Guy artist who wanted nothing to do with crypto, right? He said he'd be issuing, actually working with a lawyer to get like what DMCA, whatever. Anybody using that IP anywhere, he was going to try to get it taken down. And like, this guy's not so chill, right? He's not so chill. So he turned down a $500,000 donation, right? One of the good parts of this space is being charitable. It is. It's something that this space, I think, should be more recognized for. $500,000 was being offered to this guy going back, a month or so. And he turned it down. Again, wants nothing to do with this. But when you realize that he stole the art, this is coming from some kind of cartoon, some kind of comic strip in Thailand. Look, that's the body of Chill Guy. He took the face of the dog, and he just put it on there. That's all he did. What's up, Whirly Girl? Good morning, David. That's all he did. And so maybe, he probably turned that down because he didn't want it coming out. It can't get too big, otherwise he finds out. And, who's he really going to try to get that copyright strike again, right? Or the DMCA? Who's he really going to do that for when he doesn't own the art? It's not his art. It's stolen art. Anyway, this guy, I lean more towards scumbag. I don't like the guy. He's not very chill. He's a thief. And then he has a problem with other people using that IP. Get the fuck out of here. Looking at Chill Guy. Look, not really reflected in the price of the token. Kinda. You can see it definitely did dip yesterday, but as did the whole market. So does this mean Chill Guy game over? I don't think so. I think this actually means CTO. Makes a lot of sense. And it has been a CTO in a way all along. He's had no involvement. Whirly Girl, I can't see how it's not, unless he is the original artist, right? Unless he's the guy that drew that cartoon. That's different, right? Then that's different. But if he's not, then I don't know how it couldn't just be borrowed art. Even this piece of paper is like in the Chill Guy artwork. Yeah, so I don't know. Hey, it makes a better story. Unicorn Fart Dust is the shit, man. That's the real deal. That's going to be $1 billion token. If this space comes back. Good morning, Dad. Good to see you, man. Cutie, good morning. Yeah, I don't know. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's a community token anyways. Always has been. Always will be. Does the community rally behind this? And I think this is the exact kind of thing the community can rally behind. Before there was some kind of goal that the community had to win this guy over. Like, oh man, imagine if we have him on our side, what that means for the price of the token. Doesn't matter now. I don't think it moves the needle. In fact, I think it's a negative. I think it's a kind of an interesting way for the community to rally behind that token. Like, fuck the guy. Like, fuck that guy. We cook all on our own, and I think this token, actually, I do think it still cooks. I do. And man, this starts showing up on my timeline, and I'm, again, being like, just bad news everywhere. Nothing good, nothing fun, nothing that's got, I just needed something positive yesterday. Again, Bitcoin for a minute was that. This story shows up on the timeline. It's so sad. Maybe not sad when we get to the reason why it showed up. But yeah, this story from, I'm going to butcher this name, Siki Chen. I'll just call him Bladder. That's his handle, Bladder. This is an older tweet, by the way. This is back from September, but this is sad. Tweeting out that his 4-year-old has a brain tumor. I can't imagine. I've got 3 kids. I can't even imagine. I can't. And so that tweet showing up on the timeline just makes, doesn't feel good on Christmas. That's for sure. That's for fucking sure. But maybe there was kind of a happy ending, at least a happy chapter in that story. And, you know, in the thick of it, that family is. But yesterday, turns out somebody found that story and launched a meme coin called MIRA. I'm assuming that's his daughter's name. Launched a meme coin. And it looks like he's going to use that money from the meme coin. I'll show you what. It's a pretty hot coin. Going to use that money to help fund cancer research, which is pretty damn cool. At the time of this tweet, right, him just announcing it, token was worth $400,000 at that time. By the way, the person who created it, I think we'll get to this part in a moment. I'll just say here, gave him 50% of the supply. Makes me wonder a bit the intentions of that guy, and that's really what I want to talk about, is the intentions behind something like this. Do you think the person actually created that coin and held that kind of supply? Again, 50% given to the dad. Do you think the guy actually held that looking to just profit off this thing and then eventually thought, yeah, maybe better that I give it to this dude? Maybe. I don't know, and I do want to have that discussion with you guys because the community's really split on that token. The community's really split on meme coins and what we use them for and how, and I have my thoughts. Here is the MIRA token. There you see it. It's a cook right from the get-go. I don't know at what point he was given that chunk of the supply, 50% of the entire supply. I don't know at what point, but there you go. That's a nice looking chart here. Even right now, after he sold off some, it looks pretty decently strong. And it speaks to the point that the narrative matters, maybe more than anything. Matters more than anything technical. I think that's the truth. The creator. Creator's name is Waddles. Kind of want to dig into their history and see if they have a history of launching meme coins and how they treat them, right? But yes, gave him 50% of that supply. Saw the story. Interesting. Hang on here. Did he buy the token and then gifted it? I wonder if that's what happened here. Hang on. You know what? I need to get a little clarification here. I think this matters a lot. What I mean here is, did the dad launch that coin? Is he the... You know what? Pump Fund should tell us. Who's the token creator? I need to know if the dad launched it and if this guy bought it up and sent it to him, or if this is the person who launched the coin himself. So we could probably tell from... Do we have a creator here? I don't know. Okay, that person trades meme coins. I don't take that dad as a meme coin trader, so I don't think it was him. So I'm back to, was it Waddles that launched that coin? Would like to dig in and find out. That's something for later. And if somebody knows, drop it in the comments. I'd be really curious. But look, we raise money for... Oh, hang on. Okay, community launched it. And do we know exactly, Cutie, who launched it, though? What was it? This guy? Was it Waddles? Or he's somebody who bought it? Like, I'd like to know exactly who and how that was organized. But look, we raise money for all kinds of things. You saw, what was that term? Like science-fi? I don't think that was the exact term, but people raising money for researching pharmaceuticals. I like it. Well, this point, it's basically like, it's in that same vein. It's raising money for research, in this case, cancer research. I got to bring you back to this tweet because it's pretty freaking wild. This guy seeing the balance of his wallet, his portfolio just balloon, right? So tweets, it's $400,000. And he did sell some, sold 10%. 10% of not his supply, I think it's the total supply. So $50,000. But dude, as the night goes on here, look at this. Wallet worth $3.3 million. Look at this. And him asking the community, what should he do? And he's very clear with his intentions. He's like, I'm going to sell. It's a matter of what percent and at what time, right? And so saying he's going to do 5 or 10%, and he'll give 24 hours notice. But look at this. As the day's going on yesterday, and this is really in the evening, $5.8 million. $6.2 million. How amazing is that? It is. It's amazing. $10.9 million. $14.7 million. Come on. This is $18.8 million. As somebody, again, with kids, I don't think money is ever going to change how you're feeling about that situation. But to know it gives you a little ammunition to maybe fight back. By the way, this guy was not hurting for money. He made it very clear. Financially, they're fine. They're covering the medical bills. They don't have a problem there. But to be able to put this money towards cancer research, which is his intention, how do you not love that? How do you not love it? I don't care where the money's coming from. If it's being used for good, what does it matter? Because you can look at everything through whatever lens you want, good or bad. If the outcome's good, I'm sorry, I like it. And part of the community recognizes that. Saigar, love Saigar. Stories like this amazing to see, makes him proud to be building this space. Yeah. Again, I think this space doesn't get credit for being so charitable, and we are that. I know that. I know that. From the people I work with to the people that I hang out with in the space, you guys, I know that. I know it's a very, very giving space. And he's right. Something like this would never happen without crypto. Look, you go do a GoFundMe and you might raise a couple thousand. You might raise tens of thousands. You might raise a couple, 100,000. Maybe in rare cases it's millions. I don't think so. I don't think so. This to me highlights why crypto is so useful. It's capturing attention and energy. It's putting a value to it. Sorry, there's nothing else in the world that lets you do it to this degree. As extreme as it is, I'm sorry, it's extreme, but this is the new normal. And so capturing that attention, in my opinion, nothing but good. Look at that. Not everybody agrees, man. And I like these. Good morning, Lemon. Dude, it's a real shame about the guests here. Lemon, hope your Christmas was excellent, man. Deez maybe doesn't love it. Worst part about MIRA is it okay, he's got a point here. It attracts grifters. Now, he's right. He's right about a couple things. Seeing some of my least favorite people act like it's the second coming of Christ on Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we've seen fundraising before. We have also, keep this in mind, guys, we've seen people come out with similar stories, as in medical condition, a year to live, trying to raise money for bills, and it turns out it's a scam. And that is part of the problem. I can understand why some people are a little turned off by this, because we do see people use this kind of thing as a scam to raise money, because it works. Because it works. This is not a comment on MIRA and this in particular, but you put a picture of a kid. And by the way, with how crazy AI is getting, we're going to see copycats of this of people that aren't even real. So people won't even feel, if they felt bad doing this before, nobody's going to feel bad about doing this when it's all fake. And it'll be videos. But you start setting the precedent that if you put together a story and you got the right kind of circumstance, people are going to throw money at it. I'm sorry. Maybe it actually backfires. So when there is something legit like this, maybe people aren't willing to do it at some point. So if you're looking for like the downside of this or negatives, it works now. How many more times does it work? And it wasn't even this guy. Well, again, he didn't launch it. It wasn't his intention to do anything. None of it. I don't know. Mo, love Mo. Need to get Mo back on the show here, but he's right. The power of community with a meaningful narrative. It's kind of a perfect story for yesterday. It's nice. All right, so here's MIRA. Okay, your guys' thoughts. I'm curious. Good or bad, or does it not matter? Does this lead to bad things? Yeah, Lemon, I'm trying to remember that. I remember there's probably been a few of these, but there was somebody who said some lady who said she was blind, like she lost her vision, something like that, and raised some money and then totally disappeared, like deleted X account. And I remember that was a big deal here. I remember it was a big deal. Yeah, dude, Boxing Day. Hang on. I'm trying to remember what Boxing Day is, like why it's a thing. Gravity, good morning. Yeah, Whirly Girl, it was a big deal, and it really did. I think people got short-term memory because, right, I don't know if this would have cooked if people like kept that in mind. Although, you know what, this guy, your reputation matters so much. This guy, I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious he's not a rugger. Questions now are how bundled is the token? Like how the people who bought up this token, how much are they profiting off this? Like he's a real dude. I don't know, good dude, probably. He's a real dude. I think people aren't worried about money going to him. Yeah. Lemon, exactly. Same tech AI can be used to filter grifter show. Yes. That's a beautiful thing coming up next year. Like, it's coming really soon. The tools we have, like, already behind the scenes, everybody knows your addresses. They know what address is connected to what. Everybody knows behind the scenes. Those tools they're available to everybody at this point. I don't know that everybody uses them, but more and more and more, those tools are really going to get out, and it'll be really easy to expose anything like this. If this were a shitty, example. It's funny. Tech is a problem. Tech is the solution. But yeah, Lemon, happy Boxing Day to you, man. Tech is the solution here, too. Anyway, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for his family, and they're not taking any profits here. The money they take out is going directly to cancer research. We all win here. Everybody wins here. And I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting, the entire community. I'll tell you this. The holders are telling them to rug it. Everybody's telling them rug for research. Man, why the fuck not? How much? $1 million in liquidity right now. Why not? Why not? Dude, some extreme opinions, though. I don't know this person. I think MIRA is the ultimate lowest Solana. Making money off a 4-year-old girl with a brain tumor. And then claiming this is a comment about society, this line right here. It's like when you put a ribbon on your PFP or you do your hashtags about whatever, Ukraine or whatever, like, right? It's, it's not specific to this coin in this scenario. It's everything. This is what people do. I've done it. Everybody's done it. But, I back whatever. I don't know. I don't know how much people really care. I don't know how much they care about anything. I mean, literally anything. And that's where we get back to, does it matter? Does it really matter? As long as there's a positive outcome. And so these days, I think that's all that matters. But he's right. I think most people in there don't care. To a degree you care. I think most people are still trying to make money. Do you think if people were not hoping to make money on that token, it would be hitting this kind of market cap? I'm not sure. Because Christmas Day, maybe that's different. Maybe people were extra charitable yesterday. But I'm not so sure, man. DeYank, good morning. Lemon, dude, yeah, dude. I mean, that shit's maddening. It's maddening. But also, again, who cares? If you can look, it's all about attention. I can't wait to get to part of this conversation here. Joe Rogan talked about this thing with Duncan Trussell yesterday. Duncan Trussell's fucking hilarious. This ties into the AI conversation. I'm sorry, it does. I hope anybody watching now sticks around for that part where we talk about UBI and we talk about meme coins and we talk about how capturing attention in the form of a token is fucking awesome and it's really important. And that's all you're seeing here is, again, tokenizing attention. It's easy to overlook that as something that's kind of meaningless. It's what we're doing. It matters a lot. And it's a great way to redirect funds. It's what we need to do. Again, that gets into the UBI conversation. It really does. And yeah, Lemon, I think we should name it UBG, Universal Basic Gibbs. Yeah, Whirly Girl right there too. God, dude, okay, I hope people do not leave. Again, I'm getting a Joe Rogan clip from yesterday. Actually, what am I getting to next? Hang on, I might just jump to it. You know what? I'm going to jump to it because I wanted to get to Pengu too. We got a lot to talk about. Pengu's cooking. Okay. Yeah, let's do the Joe Rogan clip. It ties into MIRA. It ties into this idea of directing money where it's needed. This is cool. Okay. I think
we're going to be able to read minds.
Okay. Shut up. Okay. I've been talking to, well, you guys know on the show I talk a lot about UBI. And I talk about AI agents and how they're part of that solution to UBI. They are. It's not just agents, it's crypto too. It's everything we've been doing. What we've been doing here in this space is UBI, not government-led UBI. It's not, but redistributing wealth. It's what we're doing here. And now we just saw it play out in the form of a meme coin that's bringing money to cancer research. You can do that with anything as long as it is the current hot thing that deserves attention or needs attention. Capture it, capture the money, spread it out to the people who need it. There's not a formula for it yet. That is something to figure out. But listen to Joe Rogan here yesterday Because he's saying exactly that too, and he doesn't know he's talking about what we're doing here. He doesn't know that. I don't think most people here doing it now even realize it's tied to his conversation, but check this out.
In 5 years and all this is going to be a moot point.
Well, no.
I think it's going to be all go out the window. I think quantum computing is going to crush encryption.
Yep.
We're going to have a real problem with currency worldwide. We're going to have to figure out how to redistribute resources without conventional capitalism. There's going to be some weird new shifting that's going to come along with the birth of this AI that's way more intelligent than us.
Dude, that's it. We are doing the thing and he is talking about the thing, and nobody realizes it's the same thing. Money's going to be worthless. Elon Musk said it last week. Money is going to be worthless here because AI. AI is going to replace everyone's jobs. It is. And it's going to happen fast. It's going to replace a ton of jobs. People won't make money. We know we need UBI, but if the government does UBI, it will not work. We saw during COVID how bad that was. And so how do you do this in a way that's not capitalism, like Joe said? Look, Joe's not some big brain, but he can say things and not realize like he's on the right track. Well, he probably knows he's on the right track. He knows there's a need there. I think we realize there's a need there. And then what's the solution? Nobody knows. I'm not saying I know the solution, but I'm saying I absolutely see the pieces of that solution. I see the system where it happens. It's crypto. It's crypto. Look at the projects that we've gotten into where projects have found a way to redistribute the money they've made. They raise funds. They try to drive value back to you. That is a very early form of UBI that's not based on kind of capitalism. AI agents, though, the same thing. They get attention on whatever topic it is that's hot that deserves or demands attention. Right? Attention equals meme coin price go up. And the participants in that attention economy ideally make money. Now, when you make money, somebody else loses. That's how it works, and that's where they got to figure out through AI. AI is going to help us figure this out. It's going to figure out how to balance this. But we talked about it here. I think everybody I know who's been in crypto for years now and participated in meme coins and NFTs, everybody's up. Everybody's made money. It requires that you stay on top of things. It requires that you give your attention to the latest hot thing. And if you do that, you make money. AI will help us, I should say. That's really important. It will help us figure out how to balance this out and make it safer so more and more and more people can still be profitable on it. Again, it's not the perfect solution, as in this is not the blueprint on how it works, but I'm telling you, what we're doing now is part of how it works. Something's going to be built out around exactly what we're doing here. Just picture the AI meme coin stuff, again, in agents. Picture that now, your local businesses that capture attention. They have agents that help them get more viral, get more attention. It's all part of it. Just hearing stuff like that makes me so sure, without having the real solution, the exact solution, it's the right thought. And again, when I exchanged some chats with Shaw from AI16Z, he sees it too, and he agrees. It's him who really got me thinking that AI... Look, I thought this was coming. I didn't piece it together that AI agents are part of that or that AI is a part of that solution, but it is. It is, and Shaw is the one who got me convinced of that. When we start talking UBI and AI agents, I made the connection when I messaged him and said, dude, this is it. This is the UBI solution. He's like, you get it. You see it. It is. And I am going to get together a conversation, like a panel about it. Shaw, board Elon Musk. I'm reaching out to Andrew Yang. I've already reached out. No reply back. I would love to get Andrew Yang on a chat. I'm going to push for it. I would love to get those guys, Board, Shaw, Andrew Yang, and I don't know who else. That there needs to be a big conversation about UBI and what crypto and AI's role in that is. It's major. Major, major, major. Cosmos, good freaking morning, man. Look at that music. Great, great example. Good cause, I think. Obviously, good cause. I mean, you sound like a fucking asshole if you say it's not, but have we made progress? I don't know. I don't know enough to speak on it. I don't know. Essentially, what you're suggesting is rich people in crypto give money to others. It's not about Lemon. It's not convincing anybody to do anything they're not doing already. It's nothing like that. It's a way to automate this stuff where it continues, these agents to continue to get front run attention stuff, front run things that people will care about. It requires you to engage with it too. Maybe it's more automated than that too. I don't know. But it is about capturing attention, tokenizing it, and assigning a value to it, and distributing that somehow. You can even think of staking is involved somehow too. There's something there. There's definitely something there. But it's not changing much. We're seeing it right now. What we're doing already generates money. And I think, so when I talk to Henry about it, and it's like, well, how does it work when crypto's in a bear market? It works because the thing you're getting attention on does not have to be crypto related. Anything, any topic, anywhere. You still have crypto involved because that's where you tokenize it, but attention anywhere on anything. And yes, the balance that needs to happen is like, yes, this is where the balance needs to happen and why there's no solution yet. At least I don't have it. How do you play around the game that people play where the rich guys do have a big advantage in making money in this system? So how do you automate it where it's safer for more people? And I'll tell you this, I haven't figured this out either. I haven't figured out any of it, really. I just see the pieces in place. I see the pieces that are in place to play that game. A lot of the idea of it is always kicking the can further down the road. It's always having to play this attention game and front-run attention. And then there's always going to be losers. How do you fix that? Somehow it's just getting the next attention thing and the next attention thing. And that will never stop. It will never stop. But we do know for sure a solution's needed. We do know for sure AI is about to melt faces. And it is going to replace people's jobs. Now, this conversation, coming back to it, coming back to AI. We got some AI stuff to talk about. But I don't know. That's a good story. It's a bad story. I don't know. I have not made up my mind. Other than I think, no, I have. It's fine. It's good. Money to people who need it. Which isn't the family, but Cancer Research. Good. It's good. Now, here's probably our best story yesterday. Honestly. Probably our best story. Pengu up. Pengu cooking. I grabbed a bunch of Pengu this morning, guys. A bunch. Pengu now the largest Solana meme coin by market cap. Crazy, man. Crazy. Tell you what, I don't see any reason Pengu even... I don't see any reason for Pengu to dip. I don't see any reason for Pengu to start selling. Nothing. I don't see any reason at all here, guys. Because of this. We're looking at the Pudgy Penguins, I think, here, not Pengu. But Pudgy Penguins starting to cook again, too, because people realizing here, another airdrop coming, guys, in like 2 weeks. I believe Abstract, I think it launches in 2 weeks. I think like January 15th or so. Pengu. I'm sorry, Abstract Chain. And I'll tell you this. I'm pretty sure based on Luca's comments that Pengu holders are going to get an allocation. Pudgies are definitely going to, right? Lils are going to get it. Rogs, you know, that Pudgy NFT ecosystem, they're getting abstract allocations. But Pengu holders, I'm pretty damn sure. This is what Luca said in an interview last week. Those that support us, we will support them. And he was talking about Pengu. So I'm pretty sure Pengu holders are about to get a snapshot and they're about to eat some abstract too. And I think people are expecting that abstract drop to be, first off, bigger allocation for Pudgy holders, like a bigger airdrop, not $100,000, but maybe hundreds of thousands per penguin. And I won't be shocked if that thing, we see what blockchains do. Guys, look at wait, hang on. Let me pull up Hyperliquid. Look at what a platform or protocol market cap TVL wise looks like. Hype, which has gotten beaten the fuck up here. What's that TVL? Still over 20 bill? 26 bill. Guys, I'm sorry. Hyperliquid, you could have 10 Hyperliquids on abstract chains, as in projects of that significance and with that kind of, I guess, volume trading through the platform. I don't know, man. I think abstract, I thought this about Magic Eden, and I think they've kind of fumbled a few things, but I think almost automatically, abstract is significantly bigger than Hyperliquid out of the gate. 10 bill market cap, 20 bill, 30 bill, 50 bill. Look at crypto and let's look at valuations of like the top altcoins, right? Which are kind of blockchain utility tokens. It's what ABS is going to be. I'm buying Pengu. Again, I did this morning. Probably like $8,000 worth. Solana, 90 bill market cap. I don't think we're going there yet. But Avalanche, 15 bill market cap? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's easy. I do. I think that's easy. That's where I think we're going in the short term. 15 bill market cap. 31 bill bigger than Cardano? Yeah, I kind of think so. Yeah, Abstract's going to cook. Pengu holder is going to eat. Pudgy holder is going to eat. I think that's it. Music, I think that's it. I think you literally hold the token, snapshot gets taken, you get to go claim ABS. I hope it's an airdrop, by the way. I don't think it will be. And music, you're not wrong, but I'll tell you, I get funny vibes with Hyperliquid. I do. I'm not a holder. I got no stake in it. I don't care either way. Actually, would rather things do well, but I can't make that valuation make sense. That said, again, I'm not a user of the platform. Maybe it's worth every penny of that valuation, that TVL. Could be. But I will freaking say Abstract's going to eat. Abstract's going to eat. I recommend, this is not financial advice, I got to say it right, but I think there's probably no better play than Pengu right now. And especially over the next 2 weeks, again, I don't see any reason for that token to dip at all. It's just people accumulating and accumulating more and more just to get in that airdrop, that allocation. And then from there, it's still a meme coin, and it's still, I think, one of the biggest, best meme coins out there because that brand is so recognizable and only going to grow, in my opinion. I think it's a rival to Sheeb. And it might be bigger. Again, you saw the biggest meme coin on Solana now. It's been out, what, a week? Yeah, be smart with this one, man. Pengu, I think, is a special coin. Here you go. Look at it now. I don't know if this market cap is correct, this 2.3 bill. Even as of a couple days ago, maybe even yesterday, their market cap was being calculated on an incorrect supply, like circulating supply. Now, it may be calculated on the total claimable Pengu instead of the part that the amount that's actually been claimed. Remember, any unclaimed Pengu is going to get burned, or at least locked in the contract for good, right? So it's possible this number is actually a bit lower. And I'll tell you, man, a 2 billion market cap, 2.25 billion market cap meme coin in an ecosystem like this. Again, Sheeb is the target. I think Pengu is just different brand recognition. Toy holders are going to get Pengu claims, right? I think this is about to do something pretty silly here. And so when they announce Abstract, when they start getting that token out there, we cook. All right, now you got opportunities there in the markets. Not just buying Pengu. Man, there's free Pengu out there. There's free fucking Pengu out there. Look at this. Somebody listed 50 Lil Pudgies. This is just yesterday. 50 Lil Pudgies. I told you this would happen, right? There's a lot of NFT guys out there that don't pay attention to anything. They don't know they do not pay attention to this space. And so we knew this would happen. Someone listed 50 Lil Pudgies, probably had no idea that they got a token out now. All 50 had their Pengu attached to them, unclaimed. $8.5 million worth of Pengu. Man, you sweep that floor, these pay for themselves. And if not outright, you get them at a crazy discount. Or you sweep them, you grab your token, you relist them. I'm sorry, free freaking money. That wasn't it. 50 ROGs as well. So altogether, about $17 million worth of Pengu was given away for free because people don't pay attention. This is your competition out there, guys. There is no competition out there. There's not. If you put the time in, that's the kind of people you're playing against, and you just got to be faster than the rest here. There is not a lot of competition out there. Yes, even with guys like Cyrus. He's fucking awesome. He's about the best there is. When I say there's no competition, what I really mean is there's not a lot of competition. And the other side, the flip side of what we are, which is pretty dialed in people, pretty dialed in traders, at least participants. The opposite of us is more people who don't know anything about any of it. There's a lot of them, and a lot of them got a lot of money. It's very easy to take their money if you put the kind of time in to do it. It's all about time. If you put that time in, I guarantee you would have been here to sweep some of these up. If you put that time in, you would have had bags to be able to do that, and you would have just made out with, man, a lot of money. Dude, Whirly Girl, you're right. Forgot about that. That was it. Yep. Barry, good morning. I'm telling you, man, there will be more of these plays too. I guarantee there's more people that have no idea the token happened. None. Here you go. Pudgy's up to 23 ETH. I think that should climb as Abstract marketing starts ramping up, and it's going to ramp up. It's going to get pretty hot out there with abstract marketing. Remember, too, Lucas said that content creators are going to eat over on abstract. They're going to get paid in a way they've never been paid before in crypto. And he wasn't even referring to like getting paid for content. He's like, the type of wins you've seen in crypto, the way that content creators are about to eat over there, it's going to blow away anything you've made in crypto. I can't wait to see it. I certainly want to get involved over there. Now, we'll come back to floor prices. I got like 20 minutes. No, we might go a little long today. I'm not sure. And in fact, I'm not sure if Jared's on today. Right, Jay Squiggle, maybe today. The NFT market. Remember, big milestone hit 2 days ago. 2024 NFT sales beat 2023. We did it. Pretty freaking cool. Sales yesterday, 18.2 mil. First time dipping below 20 mil since December 5th. Not bad. I mean, hey, if this is what a slow day looks like right now, great. Sellers down, buyers down, transactions down. Profits stayed positive yesterday. It's good. And starting the day, over 100K in the positive. We'll take it. Top collections, no surprise. Pudgy Penguins on top. Azuki, Pudgy Rods, Quantum Cats, man. Okay, we're talking Quantum Cats in a minute. Guild of Guardian Heroes, Puppets. Guild of Guardian Avatars, Courtyard Beans. I'm going to push Shrooms up into the top 10. Replace that BRC20. Love to see it. Keep an eye on this, guys. Keep an eye right here. ETH has been king here going on months since the early summer. Earlier in the year, though, you remember when Bitcoin was the top blockchain by sales volume. I think we're going to see that again sooner rather than later. It feels like Bitcoin ordinal season's heating up, so just keep your eyes on that. And then here's your top sales. Few Pudgy Penguins here at the top. 42 ETH, $145,000. Nice CryptoPunk sale. And Azuki. Couple Bitcoin Shrooms, guys. Couple Shrooms. Love to see that. One of those, a friend of mine, I think exited his Shroom. Again, we're going to touch on those ordinals here in a second. I will start with Runes, which Runes down freaking bad. Man, Runes down bad. I don't know. Something feels different out there. It feels like, the whole market's down. It feels like people are really starting to give up on Runes. I don't know. I don't know if it finally is time to, say that they failed, or, look, if you're betting on Runes, I think you're betting on Magic Eden. I think that's really how it works out. I think if you believe Magic Eden's going to be an incredible DEX in the home of Bitcoin collectibles, I think you bet on it with Runes because they've never looked worse here. And I tell you what, I am a believer in Magic Eden. I really am. I do think that's a special platform. I do think they're going to build out Rune swaps in a way that works. It's about getting more volume into them now. Look at Dog. You know what? Dog isn't. I thought Dog would be in the 500 mil range. 600 mil is not bad. Gizmo down to 14 mil though. That hurts. Some of this hurts. Some of that hurts. I'm surprised by how low it is. And I've mentioned, I think Magic Eden's biggest misstep is not promoting themselves as a DEX. Because they're not yet, but I do think that's coming very soon. Again, listening to Jack speak recently, I think that's coming soon. But ordinals, and this does to me apply to Runes, I think the opportunity there is, there's just nowhere else like it. Okay, Beanie's been bull posting about ordinals here for the past 24, 48 hours. Right? I retweeted something to his yesterday. He's bullish on ordinals. And part of it's the collectibles, but a big part of it, guys, is the unit bias. It's part of my thesis on why these are going to be so valuable. It's part of my reasoning why Quantum Cat's going to be 1 or 2 Bitcoin floor. I'm so sure of it. It's one of those just money where my mouth is. I have one for that reason. I'm not selling it here when their floor price is $30,000. I'm not selling it because I'm that sure that they go to 1 or 2 Bitcoin. Look at that, 0.31. Not far from its all-time high. I'm sorry, it's going to smash that all-time high. Unit bias. Now, he's pointing out here that he wants to normalize pricing things in Satoshis. That's fine. I don't know if that will ever work. I'm not sure. It might. But the unit bias thing is why I think ordinals just are going to cook. I'm sorry. I think if you're not looking at the USD price and you're talking 0.3, you're talking 0.002, it just doesn't register the same way. And yes, there were great points brought up this week that not many people have a whole coin to be able to spend a whole coin, let alone 2 or 3 or 4 on a certain ordinal, but it doesn't take many of those guys. Yep. Lemon, right? Also, I think everybody's expecting us getting to a point where you're not swapping them on chain. You're swapping them on an exchange where those fees don't matter. I'm with you though. Like doing it on chain sucks. But yeah, the idea is more about provenance that you're buying in a like. Okay, does anybody give a shit right now with a Solana meme coin? Do people care that it's on Solana? Do people that are buying these on an exchange actually even know? I don't think they do. I don't think it matters, but for some of these meme coins, it probably will be a story that it's a Bitcoin meme coin. For some of them, like Dog, it matters. For Dog, it'll matter because that's a core part of its narrative. So for that one, it matters. And like, would that resonate with normies? I actually think it does a little bit. A little bit, I think, with normies. There's room for one meme coin for its blockchain to matter. I think there's room for one. If the story, if part of the narrative is, oh my God, it's the first major meme coin on Bitcoin, I don't think people, it's because people don't even understand blockchain tech. They don't know that things live on the chain, right? They think a Bitcoin is a currency and kind of, they don't realize it's like a utility thing. It's like a platform and that there's other coins. They don't know that. And when it clicks for some people, like, oh my God, it's a meme coin on Bitcoin. It's cool. Like kind of that simple. Yep. I think Dog is the one it could matter. Maybe $1 billion cat. I don't really think so. But for Dog, I think it has to matter. It's identity. Yeah. God, dude, I still got to talk AI. There's still more to get to. Here you go. I'm bullish on everything here. Bitcoin Shroom 199 sold. The guy who bought it then went on to go sweep Fucahedrons. I'm bullish on those, man. You know. I'm incredibly bullish. Look at it. They're back up to 0.0062. I can't not notice their volume. I can't not see it. They dipped to 0.005 something. They looked like they'd even get lower, and they didn't. Like, support comes right in. I think these got some of the biggest upside potential. Not crazy. I still see them at like 0.1, 0.15, and I could see them 0.25. I don't think they're ever going to do crazier, although 0.5 also won't shock me, but that's extreme. And so what I'm watching for now in the collection, I don't think I've seen rare sell here in a day or two. That's what I haven't seen. And I'm watching for that as that signal that these are about to really flip. Like really, really start taking off. Right? We're seeing like these low tier rares, like a rare trait or a black background. Those are still selling. I don't think I've seen a cow or frog sell here. I feel like it's been maybe 2-ish days. I might be wrong. And I totally could have just missed it. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen any sell. I'm positive they will. But again, that's my signal for when these are going to turn around and start, a little more of that face melting run. Yeah, Mike, actually, that's kind of what I want to touch on here in a minute with agents. You might be a little behind in the video. I can't tell, but I'll finish up ordinals, and then I do want to get to agents. There was actually 2 shrooms that sold yesterday. We saw it again on the NFT sales rankings. 2 of them, 118,000 a pop. Like that to me is the potential. I also think that's pretty cheap for a shroom. I do think some stuff on Bitcoin is historic. Some, I think shrooms are that. It's because the inscription numbers are so low. But dude, quantum cats. Everybody's talking quantum cats now. Look, I think there's news coming. I think the action you're seeing in quantum cats right now, because it doesn't really mirror the rest of Bitcoin. At least I don't think it does. Right? Why are quantum cats up to 0.3? Puppet's still 0.13. Node Monk's 0.13. Why quantum cats? I mean, God, maybe a 2x from just like a month ago? Something like that. They're up pretty big. I think there's some alpha out there. I think there's some insider info that started to make its way out, or that it's insider trading. And what could that be? It could be that Taproot Wizards are coming. It could be Taproot Wizards are finally coming, right? The collection. There's 2 things. I think it could be that new traits are coming. And if you guys don't know, all those quantum cats actually evolve. All of them have like, I think 10 traits or 12 traits. And I think to date, we've only had like maybe 2 layers, 2 traits reveal. And I don't think mine's had any reveals, but right, like background and different things on the cat. These are like layers that are already on chain, I believe, that are supposed to reveal. It stopped through the bear market, right? We didn't get any traits revealing other than we got some gold capes. If your cat gets a gold cape, you get a Taproot Wizard. Either you exchange your cat for a wizard or you just get one for free. So like People are waiting to see if they get an evolution with a cape. But other than that, dude, these cats are going to look really, really different here. So part of that alpha might be that traits are starting to going to start rolling out. Maybe that's an announcement, and they're trying to front run an announcement like that. But otherwise, I think it's news that Taproot Wizards are actually coming. And I think to get a Taproot Wizard, nobody knows for sure, but I think this is it. To get guaranteed one, you need a dead cat, the ones with the X on the eyes, and you need an alive cat. And the two of them together, they call them an entangled pair, just entangled. And I think that's key to getting a Taproot Wizard. So they're probably moving based on that. People that have one buying the flip side, buying the opposite. Makes sense to me. So I think news is starting to leak out that that's coming. It's a good-looking cat. And maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. Traits are coming. Taproot Wizards, I think, coming. Something's coming. This is not running for no reason. I think that's the case. Shroom's still at mint price. Interesting. Yeah, dude, Dead, I'm with you. 5 to 10 Bitcoin. Dead, I got to hit up the Bitcoin Wizards guy, see if we can lock in those whitelists. Luna, good morning. Cutie, he's going to melt faces. Bullish on AI16Z. Dude, absolutely. Keep your eye on ordinals, man. I think it's all pretty good. Okay, now AI agents. It's yet another thing. I say it a lot. People are underestimating it. They are going to be hot. What we've seen is just tip of the iceberg here. But people are starting to get a little tired of the agents that only chat. And Saigar's right. The first AI agent KOLs, they were novel. They were AIXBT, Truth Terminal, Cerebro, yes. They were unique because they were the first to do it, really. But now that's it. That's all we see is agents that just chat and chat and chat and chat. And look, I see the tweets out there saying they're muting agents. If an agent replies in their feed, they're muting them. They're blocking them. Yeah, this was inevitable. It's here maybe a little sooner than I thought, but also no. And also, it's just an opportunity to do some really interesting stuff. You got to have some utility. You need your agent to do more than chat. I like Bear Snake's thoughts from Forgotten Runeverse. Whole cast of agents that are all part of a big overarching narrative. They're all part of a story. I like that. I see it going that way. That makes a ton of sense. Like these swarms. Swarms of agents all in one ecosystem. It's like everybody's talking about where games are about to, in the metaverse, about to get an evolution or a buff. Because it's got very smart NPCs. That's what Bear Snake's talking about. And I will say, I think the bull has got at least some utility in the fact that he gives away token for answering questions. That's a utility. You just need a utility. If you're just out there chatting for the sake of chatting, yeah, no, I'm sorry, that's going to get old. It is getting old. You have to do something on top of it. Like Cerebro. Cerebro is going to be tweeting out crypto news. I'm sorry, that's not going to be enough soon because everyone's going to do that. But it's at least something for now. They have to have utility. But yeah, don't let any of that make you think that this stuff isn't going to cook. Fucking cook. Some life-changing opportunities. It's already here, but like in a big way, it's really coming. Virtual's over on base. I'm sorry, but that is one of the biggest winners of this cycle here. And I think continues to be. They just keep rewarding early participants with airdrops here. Music is not new, but just to see that people are doing well for free. Airdrops like this worth almost $1,000 for free. It may be time to start paying attention to base. Frank looks like he's about to make the move over to base AI, which would be virtuals. If you're not over there yet, I'm finally there, as have been for a couple of weeks. Not doing much trading there, but I'm there because I want to learn the ecosystem before guys like Frank come in. It's probably time to get over there. Let me see. How about Vader's DAO following AI16Z? Yeah. I mean, music there. I like theirs. But, so the story with AI16Z, that DAO expires in a year, like October 25th of next year. The tokens it holds, which remember, anybody who uses the ELIZA framework, basically 5% of their tokens go to the AI16Z DAO, right? To that AI16Z project. At the expiration, those tokens, I don't think they're liquidated. I think they're just they're divvied up and sent to the holders of the AI16Z token. That was my understanding. So yes, you're investing in AI16Z as a whole. You're investing in the tokens it holds. It's a really cool concept. It's a real, you can try to figure out a valuation for AI16Z based on what it's holding. and projecting, what you think it's going to be worth, which I think is a lot. Yeah, see now, Mike, that's exactly what I want. I want a co-host that's an AI agent. That is the goal. And then I want the agent to be able to do its own show 24/7. Yeah, but I want an agent here with me. I really do. And here's why next year is going to be so wild. If you guys don't keep up on even like ChatGPT, big changes coming, man. Their new O3 model. It's basically AGI. That's what people are saying about it. It's basically AGI. For real. Yeah, it's going to get wild. Here, I did a ChatGPT summary of this thing. I'll pull it up, too, just so we can... Whoops. Let me pull it up. I want to share... This is a long thread, like a long post. I'm going to share a bullet points on what it is. It's coming next year. It's going to be really fucking huge. Like the AI game, you guys see how quick it evolves? It's about to do that again. It's in the process. Coming in January is this new model. That's cool. Miracle, that's cool. Or music. Or whatever. Fucking whatever. The jump from college level AI to PhD level AI. That's what's coming. If it's not here already. All right, some short-term predictions. Actually, this is kind of boring. That's kind of boring. Agents on the horizon by late 2025. Models are going to be able to navigate browser interfaces, apps, do general computer work. That's what they're kind of doing already. We saw DGen AI do that, navigated through Amazon and ordered toilet paper. We're already there. You got to be a dev to be able to do that, though. And I think what's coming next year is where the AI more like intuitively or like on its own, autonomously is the right word, can do it on its own. You can tell it what you want it to do. Somehow have to interface it with an application that's like the middleman, but that's going to be coming, and everybody will be able to do that. Crazy automation. Like, as in, and this sounds so kind of crazy, and it's a broad statement, but automating most of what you do. I'm going to try to get one to write my newsletter, right? And do my content with me. That's coming. That's coming. I don't want to read through this, guys. Just like, trust me when I say that AI, like we see it now, and like, again, just the chat bots and shit right now, it's just like warm up. It's just warm up. It's getting again, in January is when the next model's out, and that's the one that supposedly is AGI. It's about to get really smart, really fast. And boy, oh boy, really freaking fun. Hang on, I think Jared's coming up here. Let me get Jay Squiggle up. I could use a good art review. Okay. Hey, at least we got to AI. We got to the stuff I had to talk about. Don, yes, I think all the launch pads have more upside. All of them. Including that new AI agent that launched like 2 days ago, the Metaverse one. That one in particular, I think's got crazy upside. Captain, I think you're right there. I think that's a really good point. I think that's maybe the best takeaway here. I don't think anybody was looking to scam anybody. I think that was a well-intentioned thing all around. I'm with you there. All right, I got to find the Metaverse token. Hang on. You guys saw this? Like, we talked about it on Christmas Day. Is it that? Like the AI pool? Yeah. 26 mil. I still think this is one to keep an eye on. These guys did a pre-sale right on X. It's an AI agent that is an AI, that is a meme coin launchpad. It's a pump fund of AI agents. Gotta research it still. That's what I said yesterday. But because I think that launchpads are like the biggest opportunity, we see that we're virtual, 1.6 billion market cap. I feel like that got to 3 bill. I think maybe I'm wrong. But if this is a launch pad and if it catches, and it very well could, I think this might be a huge, huge play. Maybe. At least it should be on your radar here. Okay, as we await J Squiggle, how are we looking? Yeah, we're not looking great. We're not looking great. Coinbase offers new access for agents to have accounts and fund them up to 5. Wait, does Coinbase fund them? And Mike, I got to see that. Somebody mentioned this like yesterday or the day before that Coinbase has its own like launchpad now. Coinbase agents. Yeah, see, when I was searching, I kept coming up with the old stuff, but look at motherfucking Saigar. 2 of his favorite non-Ethereum, and if I don't even know what is that. What am I looking here? Dude, what is the mammoth? Am I that unplugged? I have no clue what that is. No clue. Dude, what in the world? Yeah, where did that mint? Like when? What? Like what? Quantum Cats move. Tell you what, violently, because that supply is so small. D-Yank, dude, your cat's. Well, you got a new cat, which is great. I'm still bummed you got those cats locked up somewhere. Yeah, good point, Lemon. All right, Jay Squiggle's got a link. We'll see if we can get him up here for a few. In the meantime, actually, let me get the stage set. I don't know what's going on in art. In fact, it feels like it's been kind of quiet on the art front. Oh, dude, if he makes it, the FX hash token drop is what we got to talk about. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, remember, check out the bull. I'm thinking of something I can fire at him. Something I can ask this asshole. Good shit. Here he is. All right, hang on. Let me get this ready for him. All right. Good morning, freaking J Squiggle. How you doing, man?
GM, I'm doing great, man. It's the holiday season. What is there not to be happy about? It's also tax loss harvesting season, so hopefully we can pick up some great art.
It's a damn good point. I kind of forgot about that, and it's worth keeping in mind. It's part of the reasons we don't really take off yet is that everybody's like, look, if it's not because people are undercutting, you're still worried that somebody's going to. It is a good time to buy, I think, though.
Yeah. I think it's if there's a collection that you've been out there looking for, there's a good opportunity. Chances are there could be a good opportunity.
Yeah, are you shopping for anything? And dude, don't let me forget, I really want to chat with you about the FX hash token.
Yes, I figured that was on the docket.
Yeah, anything specific you're trying to pick up? Anything you think is like a pretty good discount right now?
I wouldn't necessarily say a discount. I think that what I've been doing it from my public wallet, so it's pretty obvious. I picked up a couple cargoes by Kim Assendorf. So that was for the fund. And then for privately, I just picked up 2 distances there from William Upon. It was the LACMA drop. Again, I think at a mint price of 2 ETH, I don't know how long ago, a year ago or so, and now they're half an ETH or something.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite projects by William. I think it's I think it's beautiful and for the right price. So that's more of a personal collection. But I think Kim Assendorf, I think there's a couple AI projects that are that have my attention. So I'm curious to see what I can pick up going into the end of the year.
Dude, hell yeah. The cargo is fucking awesome, by the way. That was one of the that dropped in the bear market, I think.
It was roughly 2-ish years ago, maybe a little bit more,
Okay.
year and a half to 2 years. So I mean, it
God,
was it was a while.
time is freaking flying, man.
Yeah.
I like Kim Essendorf a lot. And I had one at one point, and I sold it because I had to, and that's one of those ones that did not feel good, dude. Like, didn't feel good. But you got to do what you got to do. All right, any noteworthy sales here in the past? Let's say this week.
You know, honestly, this is probably a bad thing to say. Is I don't know, and it's like the last 2 days I checked out to be present with family. So, I mean, I saw like I've been perusing. There's nothing like huge, if that makes any sense. Like,
Yeah,
there's the bold squiggle that's shown on, I think, for like 10 ETH around there.
this guy here.
And I think that I think since we last talked, Batsuit picked up an X copy. I think it was an edition of maybe 5 for like 180 ETH. So that was the one that kind of came of note. Like, I think on screen there's like a Botto project. I think that was for those who aren't familiar, Botto's a really cool project in the sense that like it's the first autonomous AI artist, but the selections get to be done by the community based on like the amount of Botto token that you have. And so every week there's like an options and you get to vote which one goes up. But I say all that because then there's something considered the Botto Genesis period, and that's the first year. And so I believe that one that was up on screen was one of the Genesis tokens that sold. So I mean, again, they're not for the faint of heart as far as price, but I do think that if you believe in AI and you believe in this autonomous artist thing, there's a really interesting play there, because with the weekly, the cadence of releases on a weekly basis. So there's technically only 52 pieces, right? One for every week in the Genesis period. So I think that again, there's a lot of ifs that need to be strung together. But if you can get to those, a world where there's an opportunity, some possibility greater than zero, where like the autonomous artist thrives and Botto could be perceived as like the pioneer of that. I think there's a really an interesting opportunity there.
So which one of these is the Botto piece? Top right, or is it the bottom?
I believe
right?
it's the top right.
Okay. Yeah, really cool. Botto's an interesting play. I've got a little bag of the coin because I see it. The narrative makes sense. Makes a ton of sense. Just if you think it's the AI cycle. I just want as many AI plays or things in my collection as possible. I like it. Man.
The craziest thing is like I'm Gen Art, right? That's like my first love, but I find myself clicking by on more and more of the AI stuff, and it's like, oh, interesting. Like one of the one that I kind of just went hard on was there's a project. I don't even know. I always forget the artist's last name, but it's AM, like as in like the morning, like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. And I say that, and it was part of the Flamingo Flutter release, and it's by Andrea, and then I can never pronounce the last name. It's an Italian individual, so I always mess it up. But it's Andrea, and then Ciulu. But been really digging like this whole collection. It's a 300 piece output. It's all black and white, so that's like something that's interesting. And the floor. So what's cool is Flamingo released like you had to be on a allow list, but it was free. It was literally just the cost of gas to mint this. And I like it. I've been digging it. It's like black and white, but there's like these pieces. The ones that I'm drawn to have like this like accentuation of light, and it reminds me of like early rope work where it's like lots of chaos, but then you have these like stark contrasts between like the light and the dark.
Dude, how great is that?
Yeah, I mean,
was it for Flamingo DAO members, or was it open to anybody?
So yeah, like even that piece on screen, like that's just one that like I adore. I mean, like I don't know, like there's something about the way the light's captured in the composition that's really dope. So So I believe it started as a flamingo. So this was one of 3 projects that was released. There was a Noper did a 500 piece collection. There was AM that was just 300 pieces, and then I think there was another. I didn't mint the last one, but they essentially allow less than 1,300 people. There's only 100. Yeah, that's the one.
Wow.
The 3 that I picked up. Like I think
These are
it's
great.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Right?
awesome. Wow.
So I've just been stocking secondary. I put my listings bought up because it's just like, I mean, I have that one right now on my my white walls. I think that like this resolution doesn't even do it justice. Like you put it up on the big screen and it's like, all right, this is legit. The short answer is there's only 100 members of Flamingo. There's 1,300 pieces, so they opened it up to different communities, and then they generally like I think 1,000 of them across the 3 collections minted out. So the last 300 pieces then went to like it was to a community, but it was like anybody who owned an Art Blocks piece could have qualified for it. So
Okay. Damn.
so I got my initial piece, which was the Noper. And then when they opened it up, I was like, I have all these Anon wallets with like Art Blocks in it. So I was like, mint.
Yep, dude. Smart. I get why, especially when it looks
Yeah.
that good, you know? Dude, really, really cool. Okay, just because of time, and I want to make sure we get enough to cover this. Dude, I was shocked last week. Shocked seeing this tweet. Let me pull it up.
With the FX hash.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking shocking. I wouldn't expect it, and also it feels very much like those guys. Like they do pretty cutting edge stuff, I think.
Yeah.
That leans kind of on the degen side too. It's all I've mentioned you before. Sometimes I feel like the artists don't dabble in the trading side, the highly speculative. I'm like it's not true. They do. There's like a tasteful balance in between, or even not plenty of times. I don't know, but they play.
Yeah. So what's your take on this? I'm curious. We talked about it briefly on my Friday show last week.
I like it because I'll get a decent airdrop. So I like it for that reason. I think when I look at tokenomics, and I don't know if I understand it entirely, but I think it's not going to be... Look, I think this is great for the artists. I think it has potential for that. I don't know if it's going to be a great play for like the collectors. I'm not sure, because it looked to me like it's like the liquidity is all coming from the artist token side. I don't know if that's the case, but I don't know if it's going to be anything super splashy. I just like that they're trying something, and especially if it's like a way to help artists launch their own token. I think that's interesting. But that's about the extent of where I've gotten with it.
Yeah, I'm in a similar position where I'm like, I think they need to bring attention back to the platform. I think that the biggest question, and like it will be, but the question is like, is it going to be done in a sustainable fashion, or is it going to be done in a way that's like friend tech, right? Where people come in, they get their airdrop, convert to ETH or TES in this case, and then peace out. Like, there's all this like, oh, friend is going to $10, and so there's like some speculation, right? And people jumped in, and I didn't even get to $2, and then before it like crashed, I don't even know what it's at now, right? Like, so I have questions around like the sustainability of the model and like the longevity of it. And this is, I'm also a little bit concerned. I don't know if like Pengu front ran everything, or if they had it like in the bag beforehand, but it's kind of like what we've seen a couple of these metas before, like the open edition, and then everybody did an open edition. And then it was like a meme coin because Bohm was successful, which was done. And then, so like my question comes down to like, again, I go back to like intent and execution. Like, I think the intent is there because, as you've said, they've always been like good stewards of the space. Now I'm looking forward to like the execution of like, okay, what does this look like for everybody else, right?
So I'm trying to find in their white. By the way, love the thoughts, and yeah, I think we're really on the same page with it. And I hope it works. And I'm trying to find in the white paper. I thought I read somewhere without knowing the exact wordings, but it felt like to me there'd have to be some liquidity given to the, like the FX hash token, some kind of pair FXH with ETH with whatever, but felt like that was more coming on the artist side. Again, it's almost like it's a way to drive that token only to the artist token. I don't think that's exactly right, but I still wonder if they're going to try to do that somehow, some way. And I picked it up still mostly from somewhere in here, somewhere. Interesting. FXH will be locked and not tradable on exchanges for this initial period of time. Okay. Well, shit, the fact that it'll be tradable on exchanges means, yeah, maybe I'm not right about that at all. I really thought there'd be something that was really pushing people to swapping for artist tokens. I will say this. I think it brings some kind of potential for that token value-wise. Like, the more artists that come in and launch, any of them do very well, it's very good for the FXH token, in theory. So Xcopy comes over and launches a token. I don't think he would, but you never know. But if he did it, you got to imagine that's great for FXH. So it's interesting, but yeah, I'm not sure.
I agree. I think there's also the part that I'm really interested in is like the speculative nature, because to me, FX Hash has always been like this place where artists would go for like early releases, so to speak. And so if you can catch like an artist early, get their token, be invested in like the upward trajectory of that artist. And I couldn't tell, but I think as you're scrolling, it kind of looked like there's some sort of like bonding curve associated with like the artist token, right? So there's a really interesting dynamic of like basically that early adoption and being able to do that. So I think that there's a couple, like it's that perfect balance. Like, you don't want to be so complex that people get like math capsules, for example, I think is a brilliant project, but you have to spend like a considerable amount of your time like getting into it. And oh, this is cute too. Here, watch. This is my son's. Yeah, you can take those robot. Here, I want to show you your jersey real quick. Come here. Watch this. He's got a Kobe Bryant jersey from Santa Claus.
That's so cool, man.
I have an 8 on it.
I see that 8. That's a great number. That's a great jersey. Oh, I love that.
And now we got to show off. And then we got a kid with a Patrick Mahomes jersey.
Oh, man. You guys got all the good stuff. Look at that.
Yeah.
Number 15. You guys won yesterday, right? Patrick Mahomes, won yesterday?
Chiefs won, huh?
Chiefs won?
Yeah.
Good. I love it. Well, I hope you guys had an awesome Christmas.
Yeah.
Cute.
We were, first. All right. We had first world problems. We had the robot that they got for Christmas wasn't charged properly, so we had to charge the robot. Yeah.
What do they like these days? I remember getting my kid a robot like freaking 10 years ago.
Sorry, I had to close the door. It depends. Like my youngest son's like super into like construction, so like anything that's like skid steer, bulldozer, excavator, construction tools. I don't know if you saw it in his hand. Like, is like the kid's like over the moon on. And then my oldest son, who's 6, is really into Pokemon.
Oh, cool, dude! Pokemon's lasted forever. That's crazy. That's still a thing, isn't it?
So yes, it is. To answer your question directly, I couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking about this. Because my brain's always thinking about like different aspects of, and I was thinking about collectability, and I think that because then I went from like Pokemon to Gary Vee to sports cards, and I think that there was something really intriguing to me about Pokemon that I finally had my aha moment is Pokemon could be like potentially infinite in attention seeking because the characters don't get old, they don't die off. Like somebody like Michael Jordan is like top of mind right now because he's got the shoes and all that other stuff. But overall,
I remember when my kids used to do that, and they're too old for it now. Every so often, though, you get a special episode of Chain Reactor or whatever. You'll see the big kids like in the background. You'll hear them screaming at me, or you'll see them wander on the camera. Every so often.
Yeah, it's funny because again, the robot's not charged properly, even though it charged overnight. So first world problems.
You got a lemon?
But I think that like this is the like I started because I don't know anything about Pokemon. I didn't collect it as a kid. I was into sports cards, but as my kid's been doing it, I've been like, we're ripping packs, like we're trying to get like some of the rare stuff, like. But I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Like Charizard, who was popular in 1999, is still popular today, right? Like, and as I started doing some research on this stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect because they're timeless. They like, there's no aging per se. Like, it's not like they have to go retire or like, I mean, even like look at Babe Ruth or Mickey Mantle. Like, yeah, there's some people who like for ego collect the cards because they're like worth a lot of money, but like, how many people really know about Babe Ruth
Right.
or Harness Wagner or like, dude, even for like basketball, like even the doctor, like there's just like Julius Irving, like there's like people don't know, right? And I think that like there's this like like do you collect a card or some sort of memorabilia for somebody who potentially fades into oblivion, right? Though I think the one reason why Michael and others, maybe LeBron, Kobe, is because like the shoes live on, right? Like their legacy is able to live in through like this propagation of collectability. So I was thinking about Pokemon. I was like, oh man, this is actually genius because you can just rebrand the character. It's
It
kind of
is.
like Marvel Comics and DC Comics, right?
It's
Like,
exactly that. Looking at like Superman, the trailer comes out, and all of a sudden Superman is the hottest thing ever again, right? It's all timeless. Yeah, dude, it's exciting to think about that stuff. It's like the Pokemon thing and the comic thing, and then thinking about the Web3 IP we're building here.
yeah. Well, so that's kind of like the segue into this, especially with the FX hash part, is like it's interesting because like I think art is timeless, also, right? Like there's art that is able to transcend. Like, yes, I don't know everything about like Da Vinci that I probably should, but or Monet, but I know the art. Like it's instantly identifiable. And like when you're looking at this, bonding curve, there's something really intriguing about like, oh man. And what's really cool is it also plays into that concept of being early and verifiably early, right? Like, now instead of being like, oh yeah, I was the first onto this band, or like I was the first, like, were you the first in your group or were you the first like around, right? And I think that there's an opportunity to, to be early here and to like verify that. And I think that, and then like being diamond handed, right? Like, I mean, there's artists that if I could have like speculated on them, like maybe I would have traded it. Maybe I would have, like you don't know. And I think that this now again, I think this brings an interesting dynamic to the marketplace. Is it right? I think most people would say like, oh, like this is like betting on artists, and it's like, like is that right or wrong? I don't know. Like I'm not here to judge in that sense, but I do think that again, going back to my initial point, which is like it's about captivating attention. Like what happens 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years from now that's gonna integrate into this. So I hope. I mean, I know some of the investors behind FX Hash, and I hope that they're advising appropriately and keeping like a close, like, they're smart people. So I hope that they're able to continue to keep that attention.
I was going to ask, since you do know them, I guess, if you feel like they're giving good advice.
The short answer, like it personally, if I were an investor, I don't know if I would have gone down this token realm. But I know that like I do advise other people, and like it's the meta right now. And I think that my biggest concern is that like the meta becomes kind of like what I equated to earlier about like this concept of like the open edition, right? Like then you have to deal with supply, then you have to deal with like obligations to somebody, and like being able to like deliver on like future commitments that are yet to be defined. And I think it's that open obligation that like as an artist in an open edition is like can be a burden. As a platform, I think that that's where I'm like on the cusp. I'm curious to see what they do with it. My big thing is I think that they have to figure out like an incentive structure behind it. I actually, for as much as the Moonbirds community gets crap, like when they launched this thing, like it was a token called like Talon. It wasn't tradable. It was like only, but like you could redeem it for art or like these other things. And and I think that there's something valuable there. Um, I just think that, again, going back to the incentive structure of like what is the ultimate idea, and like how do we intend, like if you release this out into the ecosystem, you're now making an indefinite commitment to support the community and support the attention associated with each of those. And I just think that unless you go at it with like a really defined, I mean, look at ApeCoin, right? Like they're just now having to like re-kick up all of that stuff. Like, huge attention, huge speculation, and then right? And I think that I have yet to see an entity deploy a token that has been able to like really activate a community at a like steady and regular pace.
Yeah, Pudgy's might be the first to pull it off, and we don't know. It's way too early, but they've got a different roadmap than most others. But you're right. Like for the most part, like ApeCoin's a great example, and it's kind of part of the concern with FX Hash. Usually, it's the last resort is when you do the token.
And just for the record, I'm not knocking it. I want to be very clear. I think that this is the future. So I'm gonna speak out both sides of my mouth, right? Like I think that a tokenized community, a way to incentivize engagement. I mean, think about somebody who was like, do I remember in my dorm room, like when Facebook came out, and if I could be able to be like, here's the blockchain, I'm verifiably early, and then you get some sort of token as an early adopter, like, dude, and then on the flip side, you would have had MySpace too, which was like wah wah wah, right?
Right.
But I think that like the incentive structure is amazing. I think that this is the future. I just haven't seen somebody do it correctly yet. And then the yet part is twofold. One, I think some people have failed, but more than that, I think like you talk about with Pengu, the timeline's not long enough. So I think that there's, if somebody were to do it, Luca's, like somebody I would put my money on. I have, quite honestly. So it's like, like I think it's I do think this tokenization is going to be the future. I also am fearful that like there's so many different tokens that you're having to like manage all these different wallets. I'm waiting for like this aggregator that just has like this natural engagement algorithm or natural engagement functionality. So that way, like you get it, you can collect it, you can check your balance just like you would like airline miles, but you're not gonna like, I mean,
dude, it just needs to be like a meter. It's just your attention, tokenized claim, keep repeating on every platform. But dude, dare I say we're fucking early. It applies to even this. I think when you're talking about the timeline for these things, it's just too early. Like when we're like nobody's cracked the code yet for these tokens, it's because I don't think you can crack it yet with the ecosystem as small as it is. I don't think you can. It could be wrong, but I think it's a timeline issue more than anything.
I do too. I also think like it's, and I think that's part of the reason why people are jumping onto this is like, because it is, I truly believe it will be the future. I mean, I'm looking forward to the OpenSea one. I mean, I looked on FX Hash, and I have hundreds of thousands of tokens coming my way, right? Like, so like I'm rooting for them, if not just for selfishly my own bags. Like OpenSea, like, of the top million, like I'm in the 5-digit, right? Like I'm not in the 4-digit top, but I'm looking at it and just like,
I feel like their numbers are busted. I got to go check another platform, like another checker, because somehow my number's pretty damn low, and I didn't have like crazy volume. I would expect, like I think it showed I had like 600K volume, which for me I was shocked it was even that high. But I think people, I think it's got me ranked around 2100, which doesn't add up. I don't think. There's something else that factors in there. I don't know about like date. I don't know if that's a factor there with the ranking.
It's like date, royalties, like revenue that you've pumped through. So like it's a multitude of things, but yeah, it's I mean, we're potentially going into like airdrop or token claim or what was somebody like gave me the proper terminology. I call it airdrop, it's not airdrop, but I this is gonna get interesting if we're going into like a mega bull market and it's everybody's just getting dropped all this stuff.
They're gonna feed us. Yeah, that'd be nice. And we saw 21 SOS. We saw what it can do. So it could be. It should be magic. I hope so. I fucking hope so. Yeah, there we go. Any final words? Let me throw you up on the screen so people can give you a follow.
No final words, man. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, but I think I will say is like put the wreath or the wrapped. I want a Bitcoin art. I want to talk next time because I want to pick your brain on this. But
Hell
to me, it's if you're in the market for something, start being strategic about those wrapped ETH bids because not only are you going to get like hope to get one, like I'm actually stacking a lot of mine, like 2 or 3 down, a little bit of alpha here, because what ends up happening is if somebody has a bag of 4 things, they just like dump it into an ETH, and you're able to catch. If you want to be, because like when you're trying to get that top spot, like you're competing for bots. And the other thing I will say is like, if you are gonna sell into like it, try to look for a real person, right? Like, because so many times, like I'll like with cargos, I was like at 0.85 ETH, right? And then a bot would come in, it's like 0.85001. And it's like, if somebody's just clicking the top one, I would say if you're going to sell into that liquidity, like look for a real person, like a real collector, somebody who's going to like value the art or the PFP, value your piece and not just be again, you can't guarantee it because obviously this is somewhat unknown, but dude, enjoy it. Like, I think this is going to be an interesting time. I'm really excited for this part of the season because like the tax loss harvesting effect is real, and that means that you can pick up some cool stuff.
Yeah, dude, I cannot freaking wait. All right, guys, follow Jared at Jared_POZ and his platform 8nap art, which I saw, by the way, you guys are extending your pass like for another year or so. That was awesome.
Yeah, I should sling that a little bit more, but it's honestly it's on OpenSea. If anybody's interested, let me know. I'll get you the proper link because there are a couple imitators out there. But it's 0.3, and it gives you priority minting and discounted minting up until the 6 artists that we released, and I'm negotiating a few more. So we're doing big things in 2024 or 2025. So I'm excited.
We should do like a recap deep dive like next week after, whenever, like beginning of the year. We definitely got to do it. Yeah,
100%.
So follow them there, 8nap_art. And of course, follow us, CryptoSlam.io on X. I don't know about afternoon show today. I think probably happening. I will tweet if it is or isn't happening, just so you guys know. If it is, that's at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you later. Peace.